So currently, as a part of my summer internship program, I'm working as an intern in a de-addiction center in my town. And while I was working there, I just realized that, oh, there are just men who are admitted to that center and not a single woman. Then I also realized that, oh, I have also seen only men who are alcoholics and not a single woman yet in my entire life. Why? Why mostly men are alcoholics and not a single woman? Let's see.
क्यों पीते हो इतना कि बर्दाश्त ही न कर पाओ?
मेरी खोपड़ी में कितना टेंशन है तेरे को मालूम क्या है?
सारी रात दारू सुबह नींबू पानी पार्टी करने वालों की है यही कहानी पेट भर के जितनी भी पी लो किसी की बंदी को भी हेलो हेलो बेबी हाउ डू डू एक मिनट तो खड़ जा तू पता नहीं मुझे ये समझ नहीं आता मेरे साथ कभी कोई क्लब नहीं आता अपने पल्ले से कोई नहीं पिलाता मैं पी लूं ज्यादा फिर कोई मुंह नहीं लगाता क्योंकि 4 बोतल वोदका काम मेरा रोज का ना मुझको कोई रोके ना किसी ने रोका 4 बोतल वोदका.
Okay, so before understanding about the why, let's try to quickly understand about the common reasons behind developing this alcohol addiction. So first is genetic predisposition. So we also know that genes have a big role to play in human life and it decides our habit, our behavior and whatnot. And just like that, genes have a very significant role to play in alcoholism too. So research also suggests that individuals with a family history of alcoholism are at a higher risk of developing this alcohol disorder themselves. Like certain genes in your body may influence how the body metabolizes that alcohol, how it responds to its effect, which makes some individuals more susceptible to developing that alcohol disorder, that is alcoholism. Second is environmental factors. So environment has a great influence on your habits, on your mindset, on your behaviors and whatnot. And the environment in which a person lives or grows up can influence their alcohol consumption patterns too. For example, your peer pressure, your social norms, availability of alcohol or exposure to heavy drinking, these all factors can contribute to the development of alcoholism in you. Also, stressful life events and maybe childhood trauma or early exposure to alcohol may also increase the risk of developing that alcohol disorder in you. Third is psychological factors. So first of all, alcoholism is a mental disorder. And hence individuals with certain psychological traits or disorders may be more vulnerable to developing this alcoholism disorder. So conditions such as depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, impulsivity or tendency towards risk-taking behavior can increase the likelihood of developing this alcohol use disorder. Also, some people may use alcohol as a kind of self-medication, like to self-medicate themselves or cope up with such underlying psychological issues such as depression, anxiety or low self-esteem. Fourth is physiological factors. So this is important. So the way alcohol affects your brain can lead to the addiction. So when the alcohol is consumed, then it stimulates the brain's reward system, which causes the release of dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter or chemical messenger responsible for the pleasurable feelings in us. Then over time, when you repeat that behavior, reinforce that behavior of alcoholism, then you need more amount of alcohol to get that same level of reward. This increased alcohol consumption leads to the addiction, leads to the alcohol use disorder and you become addicted. Last is social and cultural factors. So cultural attitude and social acceptance of alcohol can influence the consumption patterns of the alcohol and then contribute to the development of alcoholism in you. So societies or communities with a heavy drinking culture where alcohol is readily available and widely promoted may have higher levels of alcoholism, higher rates of alcoholism, and that people of that community may be more susceptible to developing this alcohol use disorder. But why mostly men are alcoholics? So I talked about these 5 causes behind developing this alcohol disorder, alcoholism or alcohol addiction. So if we look at these 5 causes more closely and little bit from a male perspective, then men's body have a natural advantage in processing alcohol more efficiently than women. So men have more of an enzyme called as alcohol dehydrogenase in their stomach. So this enzyme helps break down the alcohol faster. So when men drink alcohol, their bodies can process that alcohol more quickly than women, which makes them feel like they can handle more and then may lead to drinking more. Also, men generally have a higher proportion of their body weight made up of water, and you also know that water helps to dilute alcohol in the body. Then it makes its effects less pronounced. So even if men and women drink the same amount of alcohol, then men might not feel its effect as strongly due to the greater amount of water in their bodies, while women will be enough with it. This can lead to higher alcohol tolerance and increased alcohol consumption, making men more susceptible to that addiction. Then another one was socio-cultural factors. So there are so many unsaid rules in our society for both men and women, like men don't cry or women are just meant for doing dishes, etc. So just like that, embrace masculinity. Mard bano mard, be a macho man. There's always pressure on men to prove their masculinity time by time. These societal expectations, this societal pressure on man pushes them into this excessive drinking cycle. It's like a competition. If you're a man, then prove us you're a man enough. Cheers. Also, in a study conducted by biological psychiatry, they found out something interesting about the dopamine release in male and female. So the dopamine, which I said that it's a chemical messenger responsible for pleasurable feelings in us. So it found that even though men and women consume the same amounts of alcohol, men show higher level of dopamine as compared to women. So what does this mean? Well, it simply means that when male drinks alcohol, their brain feels even more happier and more rewarded than women's brain. This could make it easier for men to become addicted because their brain really like that good feelings it gives them. Moreover, due to these societal expectations, it is very hard for men to express the feelings openly. They often face pressure to suppress their emotions and they avoid seeking help. And as a temporary escape from such feelings of stress or unresolved issues, men turn to alcohol. And also, if we look at all these factors, then it's very easy for us to derive an explanation for why women are not alcoholics. Like they don't enjoy alcohol as much as male do, and societal norms, societal expectations are also there for women, which discourages them from everything, like from going out or like the social excessive drinking or even drinking. And also women have strong support group where there is no hesitation to express their numb feeling. They seek support emotionally, which mitigates the risk of developing the addiction. Hence, women are not alcoholic and men are. But you know what? It's 2023. It's the era of equality. It's the era where feminism is at its peak and women are no behind. And just like that, women are also indulging in this excessive drinking cycle and are developing this alcohol use disorder, alcohol addiction or alcoholism. And who knows, in the future they might also overtake men, and maybe I'll be the one making video on why mostly women are alcoholics. Who knows? So guys, as I said earlier, alcoholism is a mental disorder, and yes, it's treatable. It's treatable like any other disorder. So if you or anyone in your friends or family group needs help, then do not hesitate to seek for it. Because we often have misconceptions about these alcoholics, like nothing can be done with these alcoholics or they chose to be like this. Well, to some extent it might be true, but not fully. So there are various de-addiction centers working all around the country, maybe in your cities too. Just look for it and seek help. I have also attached some free social support groups like Alcoholics Anonymous, which helps people in this de-addiction process, keeping your identity fully anonymous. I have also attached some free helplines which can help people in fighting this disorder. Make sure you check the description once, and do not forget to share this with your friends or family so that they'll also get to know about this alcoholism, that it's just a mental disorder and it is treatable. Your share might save someone's family from littering into pieces. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.